What's happening YouTube? How are we doing? Welcome to another YouTube video. So firstly I just want to say, bought a new shaver, right? That's why I'm looking like a bit of a baby pants. It's meant to be sick. You know what things are like on Amazon. You read reviews, it looks good. It was epilating my face. It was ripping the hairs out. Now, don't get me wrong, some people might be into that, but not a bit of me. So I ended up clean shaving, which is why I look like I'm about 4. So this is not a new Albie or a different Albie. I just look like a baby. So to be fair, it's not a bad thing. I'm getting my neck tattooed in March. Well, I'm toying with it. I think I'll get it done. It's booked in. So it did me some good to get used to having nothing there, because even though I only grow bum fluff anyway, I look young. So anyway, today's video, I just want to do a little announcement. Those of you probably aware anyway. And then I just want to do a little video. A lot of people keep asking about session timings, when I trade, timings I trade and stuff like that. So I'm just going to run through the charts, just showing, when I trade, how I use session timings to my advantage. And yeah, hopefully it helps, fix up some of the questions. Okay, yeah, cool. Before we get into that, slipper flip time. Missed it last time. Feeling confident. Obviously got the new bad boys after the old Fox incident from Christmas. So hopefully these will do me some good. So I'm ready for this today. I think I got this in the bag. Alright, it needs work. It needs work. Mate, if any of you are doing it, hashtag slipper flip. Let's go. So yeah, just wanted to say, massive appreciation to a lot of the messages I got this week. I had a lot of messages. So for those of you that don't know, I left Phantom Trading. I've been there for the last year, if not longer. And obviously, it's been a massive point of my progression all round. But I feel like it was time to move on. It was time to focus on myself for a change. This year it's about being selfish. I gave a hell of a lot of my time last year, and I mean a hell of a lot, to everybody. And don't get me wrong, that's not going to stop. It's not like Albie's going to not help people anymore. But when you're dealing with a community that's on a scale of over 2,000 members, and people are on you sort of every minute of the day, and you're the one people want, and you feel like you have a can't think of the word. You feel like you have a responsibility essentially to be there for everybody. It got a little bit too much, and it started to take away from my own life, my own freedom, my own trading. That took a bit of a hit. Not out of their doing or anyone's doing. It was simply my own. You kind of fall into that, helping other people, putting your focus elsewhere, and yeah, it kind of dawned on me over Christmas. I was really focusing on what do I want next? What's the next step for me? Obviously, I had an incredible year last year. If you go back a year before that, I wasn't in a good place at all. And I'm just all about that continued growth and that ensuring that I'm not getting stagnant, and I'm not in a comfort zone where I'm not going to progress and really achieve my full potential. And I've always been someone that no matter what job I've ever been at, I want more, I strive for more. And that was why working for someone else, it didn't work for me previously, because ultimately you're still not in charge of your life, if you like, and you get held back sometimes, and you ultimately are building someone else's business. Now, like I say, it never left. There's no bad blood. There's nothing bad between me and Phantom at all in any way, shape or form. So this is not like everyone hate on them or nothing like that. They're incredible people, and they're changing many people's lives. I was a huge part of that. I would like to think all my content will remain there. A lot of the findings that they now use obviously came from myself and from Sketchy, Sam. So, they're not going to get rid of them. They're going to leave them there. And like I say, we're all on good terms still. They still have some incredible coaches and whatnot. So please don't think anyway, or it's like a dig or anything like that. I'm just being honest and transparent with you all. That's what I'm trying to do on this channel, is be open and honest. So I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. But obviously, I'm no longer there. Those of you that have gone there for me, you have to understand, like I said, my stuff's still there. The guys are still there. Everything that you need if you're new to Forex and you're coming into the industry of essentially smart money, and you want to kind of find that understanding and consistency, recommend it highly. So I obviously started a new venture, a new chapter this week, where I'm now actually running my own community with 2 other partners, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for us all. It's a lot smaller, we've capped the limit at 150 people. And it's more focused on, an elite way of trading with a little bit more precision, a little bit more of an understanding of certain things, all focusing on trading the exact same way. trying to keep it professional, trying to really showcase it as an actual business and what trading is all about. And obviously, you know, just having that real kind of tight-knit community, it works better. It allows us to obviously have freedom, not being in the community every minute of the day because there's thousands of people. And it just helps us, you know, have our own thing, something we're building ourselves that, again, I've mentioned before, generational wealth, you know, something to potentially have grown in the background for the children or wherever this can lead us. We have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of things we want to do, ways we want to deliver stuff. I'm excited, like I'm generally buzzing. I also feel like I'm a little bit more free roam to give a little bit more out on my platforms without tiptoeing around. Not a dig again, but you have to understand some people, you know, might not want you to share certain things. And obviously that kind of got in the way of my socials to a degree. Obviously I'm not going to be dropping I've dropped silly sauce already on here. I'm not going to just drop everything on YouTube, that would be silly. Obviously I will always drop, you know, sauce and things on here, and I will always continue to deliver. Obviously I've got the Traders podcast starting as well, which hopefully will be the next video, hopefully, all going well. I'm going to try and deliver one of those a month on the side of that. I'm going to try and have, you know, like the odd education, try and get some more live trading of me. It's something that I struggle to do. I didn't trade this week. I've obviously been so crazy with just the change, and I think on Monday I had something like 1,100 DMs, which is legit not a lie. Like, it's crazy, and I absolute love to all of you. Like, it means the world to me. And I did hopefully get back to everyone. If I didn't, I apologise. I actually dented my pinky from holding my phone. But obviously, you know, I want to try and deliver a bit of live trading stuff. Just trying to figure out how to do that it doesn't affect my trading, because I'm not gonna lie, the last thing on mine when I'm trading is, oh, I need to record this, and sometimes I find I'm in a trade, it does its thing, and I'm like, oh man, I could have recorded that, and obviously I can't rewind it to go back. So I'm gonna try and work on that. Obviously the mindset stuff, a lot of you keep asking for more mindset stuff. Just to touch on, you know, what sort of helped my decision in leaving was, you know, when you're at a point in your journey, in your life where you're feeling unhappy and you feel like you want more, you can do more and achieve more, but you potentially want to stay loyal, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and you want to stay comfortable, you have to really work out in your head what's actually important to you. For me, it was writing down pros and cons, and it was looking back, and I've said this in a previous video, for me, living with regret was my biggest fear. I didn't want to get old and say to the kids, don't be like your dad. Your dad didn't take risks, your dad was just, you know, scared, thought it'd be comfortable because I have kids, it's easier to be comfy and not do stuff. I don't want to do that, that's a big fear of mine, and it's something that originally, you know, with Hustle Trading, me and Sam had planned to do before. At the time, recently, you know, I had a lot going on, so I was like, oh, it's not for me at the moment. And, you know, I always kind of dwelled on that, I guess, and realised actually that was probably a mistake. Obviously, we stayed in touch, you know, we're very good friends, we always have been. And it's a pleasure to have someone, you know, that close. And the same with Lewis, you know, to have good friends and good business partners is going to help, and it's going to go a long way. So obviously I'm looking forward to, you know, what we can deliver as a three. I'm looking forward to where we can take Hustle Trading. I'm going to drop a link in the description for the Hustle Instagram. The community is full at the moment. We do have a waiting list. I'll be honest, that waiting list is enormous. We like to kind of, you to leave a sort of, not like a cover letter, but essentially it is, just so we can kind of get a feel for your background and where you've been and what you've been up to with trade-wise, and if you fit the community. We want to ensure that everybody that comes in does fit in the community. So, you know, at the moment there's a waiting list. I'd really appreciate if you could follow the Instagram. I will drop it here as well, and it will also be it's in the description. If you could just give us a follow. Obviously we do have a few announcements coming out over the next couple of weeks and months, hopefully, so keep your eyes on those. I have had a lot of messages about getting in the community. Like I say, it is full. So yeah, you know, keep your eyes peeled on announcements, see what's coming. And yeah, you know, going back to just briefly about the whole regret thing, you know, I think when it gets to a point where, I read a quote, I think it's Stephen Bartlett. A lot of you know, I obviously rave about the guy. I think he's incredible, and he's helped me a lot through my journey on just becoming a better person. And, you know, he says something like, you know, uncertainty is always better than unhappiness. And I started to get to a point where I was unhappy. It started to kind of show at home, started to get a little bit miserable, maybe with the missus, with the kids. And that's not me. And that is not why I do this. You know, I do it to build memories. Tomorrow is never promised. And I think we can't always live in that, I'll put it off, I'll wait till next year, or do it in a bit. We don't know if that's coming. You know, that might sound pretty blunt or evil, but it's true. You know, we should be living in the moment and in the present, and if you're unhappy and you feel like you can do more and become more, then you need to pursue that. And if that puts you in a realm of uncertainty, whatevs, like go and hit the uncertainty, go and get out your comfort zone, and go and chase what it is that you want, because no one else is going to do it for you. And the truth of it is, not many people care about you. You might think they do, but they don't. And you have to ensure that you're doing what's right for you and not somebody else. And that was something that really hit me, you know. And I've always used the quote, as you all know, take the risk or lose the chance. I'm actually getting it tattooed on me in February, just to finish my chest piece off. And I felt like I'd kind of stopped taking the risks, and I was losing chances. And I think that's something that would lead to regret. So basically that's the big spiel of me just giving you guys a heads up and being transparent. Like I say, no bad blood, no none of that. Ain't got time for negative energy or anything like that. So please don't even bring it near me or anywhere around me. I'm not interested, or anybody else. You know, this is a year for all of us to truly level up and grow. If you're watching this video, you are blessed, and you don't realize how blessed you are to have Wi-Fi, to have a phone or a laptop or a TV, to have a roof over your head, to have probably a drink, big up Huel, to have, you know, clothes on your back, whatever it might be. You're blessed. So there's someone else around the world that doesn't have that. And, you know, you have to remember, statistics show that like something like 1.3 billion people in the world can't even afford a cup of coffee. You know, so when we all start dishing out this negative energy and giving all the grief and stuff that people do on social media behind their keyboards and think it's cool, it has a real negative impact on certain people. So ensure that what you say, you treat someone how you want to be treated, right? Be kind. It's not hard to be kind, and there's not enough kindness going around these days. And I think it's something that, you know, together this year we can all really push forward and actually spread that positivity, and just help each other, man. Like, why has everyone got to always be against one another or arguing or bickering or I'm better than this, I'm better than that? It's not worth it in the long run. Like, it really isn't. What's important is your values, what's important to you, focusing on you, your family, enjoying life, smile more. Like, literally, I have written on my to-do list every day, smile more, because it's something that I stopped doing. I was just walking around like, meh. 2 years ago, if Alb could see Alb now, he'd have been like, dickhead, what are you doing? So miserable, fucking fix up. And when you dig into that, you start to realise that there's certain things that are causing that feeling, and you have to address them. If you don't address them, they get worse. And then it leads to, you know, anxiety, depression, bad mood swings, potential uproar in households and families, and it's just not good, right? It's not good. You know, I'm lucky that, you know, my missus has been incredibly supportive throughout everything, and a couple of real close friends have obviously had my back and supported me in whatever I do, and I literally couldn't thank them enough, because it's really helped me on making the right decisions. And I'm just looking forward to what this year holds. I'm literally looking forward to the next day and the next day. I'm not looking forward to always like 10 years. I'm looking forward to like here and now, being present, going to go out with the kids in a bit, go for a walk, take them out on their bikes, just go and have a coffee, have a cake, like just enjoy life, right? So yeah, anyway, I appreciate you all listening to that. A lot of you might have skipped it, but I just wanted to address it so everybody on all platforms are aware of what's going on. And yeah, going to do the video now. Just gonna, like I say, it's literally just going to go through my session timings, how I use them, the times that I trade, indicator that I would use to mark out your sessions. Obviously, I get used to it in my head now, so I know, and just show you why it's those sessions. So hopefully it helps somebody. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. What's happening, everyone? How we doing? So, sessions, yeah. So let's go through them. So basically, you know, also hopefully this is better. I've gone back to the old wired 6 meter long microphone, but I'm hoping that this sounds better, because I bought a wireless one and a lot of you complained it was quiet. My bad. I didn't realise. Like, I need to learn. I'm still learning how to edit, and I know you can adjust the audio and stuff. But yeah, I bought some. It weren't cheap either, but it's crap. So I've gone back to the old trusty 6 meter thing. So hopefully this is better. So yeah, obviously, you know, you can see the screen. So all I wanted to do, a lot of people ask this question, so it might not interest some of you, and I apologise, but again, it's still value, right? A lot of people ask about sessions, so I just use the sessions indicator, and literally I just have London, New York session on. These are the times I have. So this is obviously it'd be in US time, but it's basically 7 in the morning until 10 in the morning UK time, and then it is 12 in the afternoon until 3:30 in the afternoon UK time, and it just gives you these boxes. And all I want to do is show you that, you know, most of the moves happen during those sessions. It's when the most liquidity is around, when the most volume comes into the market. Of course, there's opportunity between London low, and of course, the later on the New York session, there's still opportunity. And of course, Asia, if you want to trade those times, this is not me saying these are the best times, blah, blah, blah. These are the times that work for me, that I've used for the last year, that give me a life, that give me time to do things that I want to do, give me freedom, give me all the stuff I want to do, but still allow me to enter the right trades, right, and get in the good stuff. So I've just gone back to like September and we just run through it. You can see here, obviously London, you got Frankfurt open, obviously 7 a.m. Momentum kicks in, right, come in London open, you can get in here, right, you have a change of character here as well. So you could literally just be like, oh, it's London session. Obviously we're building narratives around this. This isn't just let's play session timings, bang. But you know, with the right narrative, with the timing is another confluence. You can just be like, oh look, we took this low, we took this high, depending on what our narrative is, this caused a change of character. Oh look, London open comes in, bang, I'm entering here. Bosh, see you later mate, we're off. Okay, this is obviously London session, this is New York session. The reason I also have New York till about 3:30 is I do school run and I'm normally leaving the house at 2:45, 3, depending, so I'm not always here. The other reason is I'm not here. It doesn't mean that Alb's specifically standing here for the duration of those hours. It just means they're the hours that I want to trade. And if a trade comes during London lull, for me personally, I don't trade it. I'm just like, I'll miss it. A lot of the London lull moves tend to be fake outs, tend to be corrective as shit. And they usually end up just becoming a trade that I'm like, I wish I never got in. Right? So you can see here, like the volume comes into the market, see you later. New York, we get a continuation, right? Next day. Okay, here we just continue trending really. There's no real opportunity in London, but as you can see, we've created a level of that we can play off, you know, a POI, a demand level, and what happens in New York, we get the move. You can see how like some of these moves here, you might be selling this and whatnot, you know, out in London lull, not aware that, you know, New York kicks in, volume spikes us off. And you can, the reason I've done this as well is you can literally go over every day for a long period of time, and this is how you can gather data on the best timings to trade that suit you, because you can go, well, hang on a minute, it's not a coincidence that every single move that tends to play is during a session. Like if you were short in here during Asia, it's not running, right? The moves that run are coming from London, New York sessions. If you just literally go through the sessions, you'll see how important the sessions can play. Now, yeah, here, London, you might have taken a hit, whatevs. But overall, look, New York kicks in, the move comes, okay? London here, you get a move, right? What I'm trying to say is this is not like, oh look, he just trades with a session. I trade with confluence. Structure is the most important thing that we focus on at Hustle, right? But it's also things supply and demand, right? The narrative, where do we think price is going? Are we in premium, are we in discount, what's going on? There's so many factors to it, but timing is a big thing. And this is a question that just keeps getting brought up. When do you trade? So I figured this video should put all that to bed. And it's something that you guys can play with. You might find that actually between 8 and 10 I want to trade because 7 sometimes messes me about. Cool. Look, what happens here? New York volume, we're in a New York session, volume. See you later, we start a move. London session here, all right, we get taken out. Price comes and mitigates this sell to buy here, right? What happened? New York session, volume, we move. You might have sold here during London low, got slapped, right? So all it is it's just showing us that actually the times you want to be on the chart are the times you want to actually give to the chart and the times you don't. It's not a coincidence that all these times is when the price is moving. Yes, there'll be times where down here, London low, you could have got in, but you can also get in here during New York. We have a flip zone, we have a change of character, you could have got in here, right? Boom, volume kicks in. And honestly, just go over the data. It happens all the time. So timing is a big confluence, and this is literally how I use timing to my advantage. And this is why I'm quite strict on my rules. Yeah, you're going to get the odd occasion where this happens. But again, remember trading is about probabilities, right? And it's also about following an approach over and over again to allow the probabilities to play out. If you get one time where maybe you had a bad London, bad New York, you got taken out of these trades, maybe you mismanaged them, and then it sweeps higher, and in London low at 7 o'clock it goes. You know, whether this is news, it could be an FOMC event or whatever. You can't then go, oh, this don't work, load of shit. There's going to be times like that. This is where you get a checklist, right? And you literally go, out of 125 sessions that I checked on days, 45 of them, the move didn't come during the times I've set. The rest of the times did. Is that enough probability for me to take forward with my plan? Yeah, cool. Because again, we don't want to be stuck at the charts every single day. We don't want to be stuck at the charts every single hour, right? everybody has their own views and values on how they want to trade. Some of us just love trading, right? And if that's you, that's fine. I'm not saying you got to do this because Ab said it. I'm not saying this is the secret sauce. What I am saying is this has really helped me to develop an actual structured plan around my day. I know when I'm trading, when I want to be around. Now, if the market's doing absolutely nothing and I'm waiting for a specific POI, I'll just set an alert on the POI or just below it or above it, give it a couple of pips so I can get to the POI, get back to my charts. I'll go and do something else, but I know they're my trading hours. If an alert goes off for me at 6, 7 o'clock, I'm not bothered. I will happily take that one on the chin, right? Unless I've told myself, and it's all about predetermining what you want to do. So if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm predetermining that today I'm going to actually trade at 7 o'clock, that's down to you. That's something you do. If there's a news event or something you want to trade, crack on. What I'm trying to say is have structure, have a plan onto when you do and don't want to trade. There is no way, none of this is coincidental that every single move is coming in these sessions that we've just spoken about. So if you can add that as another confluence, you can kind of know when you do and don't want to trade, right? And whether you can marry this up then with structure, supply and demand, premium and discount, liquidity, whatever it is, whatever your plan says, it does give you an advantage, I feel, as to when you want to get in the moves and actually and hold them and when you don't. So I know it's quite a short video and it probably feels like a video that you're like, oh, I knew that anyway, bruv. I'm just trying to give and deliver the value that people might not have, and hopefully this video reaches someone that goes, oh my God, I didn't know that, that helps. Because look, if you traded this before, no move. Once New York comes in, move. And it's constant. It's not a fluke, happens a lot. I don't have the session timing on anymore because I just know the times I want. But the reason it's handy is if you're not aware, or if you've been away from the chart for a while and you come back and you just see this massive grey box there, you're like, oh, I'm in session. Okay, I can be a bit more focused. If you don't have the box, you might not realize you're in session. You can get distracted. You can lose focus very easily. So it's handy to have on, and I kept this on for a fair few months. And as you can see, right, like just every single move more or less is coming during the sessions. So for me, it's been a game changer and it's something I've stuck to. There will be days where you might not get the moves, okay? But like this one, for instance, again, that time's probably an FOMC event, it's 7 o'clock. You missed that move, but you might make a decision on that day, I'm going to trade FOMC, okay? 9 times out of 10 when you've got major news events, London and New York can just build liquidity and stack for the news event, right? But you can see how it's not just once or twice, this happens all the time. Every move is coming with inside these sessions, more or less, especially the start of these moves or the continuations. So if you know that, then you can just kind of use that in your trading. Put the indicator on, go through a year's worth of data and see how often it happens. Happens a hell of a lot. And it was something that gave me the hours that I trade, and I've just stuck with those hours because it works, man. I make my money and I have a life, and that for me is important. So yeah, I'm literally just moving the chart sideways now, doing the back testing with you guys. Maybe we'll do some kind of back testing thing or something. I don't know. We'll do. I'm always open to ideas, guys. So if you've got ideas and thoughts and things you want to do, let me know. You know, you might be a bit gutted here. You missed this during Asia, for instance, but there's an opportunity to get in this in London, and there's a real entry in New York, and you know these are big moves. Yes, it works on other pairs. Just every pair has its own characteristics. So I would just say, check again, get some data on it to see if GU does it exactly the same. Maybe there's half an hour either side difference. They all tend to run mainly on London and New York. They are the most liquid and volume times in the market. But again, we have bank holidays sometimes, and you know the UK can be shut, and London's incredible. So you know, don't always think that you know it has to be that. Nothing's ever certain. But it's just I just thought it was a real clean video to just showcase why I use those times, and you can see how you know it does have a big impact. We're literally going through days and days of data here from I think we started in August 2021, and we're just running through every day where we're getting opportunity in each of those sessions. So it shows you as well there's opportunity every day. So if I miss a chance or I miss an opportunity, there's another one tomorrow. It doesn't matter, okay? I just think it's a really good way to structure your day, and I think structure is important in anything that we do in life. So yeah, I'm going to cut it there because otherwise you guys are just looking at a chart that's just being dragged and you're probably like, bore off, mate. I hope that helps some of you. I hope you have an incredible rest of your weekend. If you can just like, subscribe, share, I appreciate it. The channel is growing nicely and I want to continue that growth and just reach more and more people. Like I've done a video before on what I earn on YouTube, and you hopefully have seen that I'm not doing this because I'm earning thousands and thousands of pounds off YouTube. Yes, I'm trying to grow a social presence. Yes, there can be benefits to that, but I'm also trying to generally help people. And those of you that know me and have known me long enough know that's all I want to do, and that's what we are doing. So Don't be like, oh yeah, he's just doing this for clout. It's not that. I couldn't care less. I could shut up tomorrow and crack on with my own stuff. It doesn't bother me. I just like to see the messages that I get where they're like, you actually helped me. Your video reached me in Brazil. Your video reached me in Kazakhstan. Your video reached me in Panama. And you've helped me, mate. Incredible. And I love it. So yeah, let's have an incredible week. Let's absolutely smash it. And remember, if you're not following Hustle Instagram, please drop it a follow. The link's in the description. And keep your eyes peeled for announcements coming soon. Peace and love, guys.